Welcome back. It's your boy Bo, and we're back with another video, another Quidditch 101 video to be more specifically. This is going to be an offensive video, I should say, offensive strategies. If you haven't seen the other videos of this series, basically Quidditch 101 is where myself, Bo, I teach you the basics and strategies of Quidditch before the upcoming Quidditch Champions game releases, so that way you're ready to hit the ground running on day one. So, like I said, this is going to be an offensive type video, and more specifically, this is probably going to be the main offense or main type of setup that you're really going to see in the game. This is going to be something for players that are a little bit more scattered instead of, all in a nice formation like we've seen in the previous videos. You have your front line beaters, your back line chasers. As we all know, it's not always going to be like that. There's going to be a lot of scattered type players. Some players not going to know what they're doing. But like I said, these videos are more for the advanced type players that are really wanting to take their game to the next level whenever the game does release. Now, like I said, take all of this with a grain of salt. I'm just showing you the best strategy using my mind, my esports type mind, and my sports related mind to really kind of give you the best strategy as far as what you're going to be able to see in game and really implement to take your game to the next level. So like I said, these players are going to be a little bit more scattered. This is going to be for when you're kind of like getting done with a player. The other team is, you just changed possession of the quaffle. So this is going to be that type of play when everybody's not really on one side of the field. Nobody's really in formation. You're just kind of scattered. So let's go ahead and get our chasers on the field. Like I said, if you if you don't know what any of this stuff on the screen is, go watch the basics video, the very first video that's in this series. It's going to really go over everything you're looking at here. A lot of the basics of Quidditch. It's going to go over zoning as well. Because we use a lot of zone terminology here, and you really need to understand that before you start looking at strategies in these type of plays. But anyways, side note, let's go ahead and get into this. Let's go ahead and put our chasers on the field. Let's assume that we have one chaser kind of chilling in our R1 zone, just kind of chilling on our side of the field. Chaser 2 is going to be maybe he's in mid. He's in middle, not really in R1 or R2. He's just kind of chilling in the middle of our field. And then we got one chaser. Let's just say he's all the way up in B1. He's doing his own thing. He's having a good old time. He's vibing, right? So as you can see, these players are a little bit scattered, but this is actually one of the perfect setups for this strategy that I'm going to teach you. So it could be similar to this. You could have 2 on B1, B2. You could have 2 on R1, R2. It just really depends. We're just using this example as we're having 2 on the right side of the field, or the left side of the field, and 1 on the right side of the field. As far as our beaters go, let's just say one is on R2 just chilling, and the other one is their side, just not really between B1 or B2, just kind of chilling. So like I said, our players are a little bit scattered. You would think that there's no way we can get a play going. It would take too long, but this is actually one of the perfect setups to have a play. This is one of the main offensive strategies that you can run when you have scattered players like this. So essentially, you want to have the quaffle. Let's assume that we're on offense because this is an offensive type position. You want to have the quaffle in the center of the field. You always want to have the quaffle at least in the center, unless you're going for a wall strategy, which we don't always recommend unless you're going for fast breaks. But typically, you want to have the quaffle in center field. So you want to center up that quaffle with the chaser in the middle of the field. And then from there, let's see what we can do. We can get... Chaser 1 is going to pass the quaffle. He's going to pass the quaffle to this outside guy. Because what we're going to do is we're going to use our 2 beaters in the center of the field. And we're going to let them know, hey... we're all kind of scattered right now. We really need our beaters to cover center of the field so we can have that mid control. So our beaters are essentially, they're just going to rotate mid. They're going to run around the middle of the map. They're going to really make sure that, one, hopefully we have bludger control. If we have 2 bludgers, perfect. You're in the perfect setup to really get this play and strategy to work. 1 bludger, you can work with it, right? So they're going to run the middle of the map. They're going to make sure that our player with the quaffle is secure, and he doesn't really have any cutoff people that's gonna run into him. So as I was saying, let's go ahead and take this quaffle. Quaffle is gonna go to the other chaser. And then from there, the chaser one, the one that had the original quaffle, is going to wrap around the other side, away from the person who has the quaffle. You just have to trust the process here. It's all going to come together at the end. So what our second chaser here that now has the quaffle, his route is going to be to run up middle of the field. You know, hopefully use these beaters as a little bit of cover. Hopefully they have bludgers that can really knock the opponents away from this chaser with the bludger. Or the quaffle. Sorry about that. A lot of balls I have to keep up with here. So from there, we have this chaser that's just chilling out here by himself. He doesn't really have anything going on. He was the outlier, one that's kind of really off by himself, doesn't really know what's going on. His route would be to cut into the middle. He's going to cut mid and really help out the chaser that has the quaffle now. So if this chaser starts getting pinched or he's getting a little crowded because our beaters are kind of struggling, or maybe we only have one bludger at the time, this third chaser is going to be open and ready for a pass if available. So from there, assuming that he takes the pass, you have the very first chaser here is going to be wide open in the backfield. So essentially what the quaffle is going to do, the quaffle is going to go from here. It's going to go up, 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 up. Oh, he's got pinched. He's going to throw it to the chaser that's going to be here. And then from there, this chaser can make a quick throw to the first chaser that had the ball. And this chaser can go all the way through and score. And if he doesn't, if he happens to get pinched here for whatever reason, let's say he got trapped here, your second chaser that had the quaffle is going to keep going forward. He's going to keep going forward so he can help that third chaser if need be. Or maybe you can get a little cheeky, you know, this chaser can run to the back zone. Get a nice little dunk from behind, you know, something like that. So essentially, this is what the quaffle would do. Boom. This chaser goes all the way around. He goes up, 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 up. Ooh, I'm stuck. Throw it here. The ball goes here. And then through the hoop. Or pass it here. And he goes through the hoop. So this is a very good offensive strategy to use when your teammates are a little bit more scattered, which is probably going to be most of the time. There's not going to be a lot of time where your people or your teammates are actually in formation to play a really, you know, to set up for a good strat. So this is going to be one of the main ones that you really see people do. Eventually, it'll just be intuition. Like, it's just going to be muscle memory. You're going to pass it to your chaser that's off on the right or the left. You're going to go opposite, go up the field. He's going to pass it to the third chaser. The third chaser is going to be pinched in mid. He's going to throw it to you up by the goal, and you're going to get a quick and easy score. Really good offensive position, especially, like I said, when your teammates are scattered. But anyways, guys, this has been your boy Bo, and I'll see you on the Quidditch pitch.